let's talk about the Goodyear Wrangler Duratracs. The Smoky is running 285 70/17s. That equates to about a 33-inch tire. In about 7.5 months, I've put more than 5,000 miles on these tires, and so far I'm really liking them. Goodyear released the Wrangler Duratrac in about 2009, I believe it was, and the tire is something of a hybrid design. It combines some of the best attributes of a traditional all-terrain tire with some of the more aggressive off-road handling characteristics of a max traction or mud terrain tire. Now, when the tire first came out, it earned something of a bad reputation among the off-road crowd for its weak two-ply sidewalls. Now, it did take Goodyear 2 or 3 years to get a grip on that, but they did ultimately address that. They beefed up the sidewalls, and since then the tire has really excelled. It has just perpetually been, if not the top seller, then certainly one of the top selling all-terrain tires on the U.S. market. When my tires arrived from Discount Tire Direct, they came inflated to 44 psi, and each tire had a yellow warning sticker on the sidewall cautioning me not to deflate them any further because I could compromise my safety. Well, if I were running a big 2-ton truck, that might be true. But given the relative lightweight of a Jeep, especially a 2-door soft top, running half doors like Smoky here, 44 psi was just absolutely kidney bruising. So I experimented with pressures ranging from that 44 down to 28, and 28 is what I'm still running today. This is pretty much in line with what you're going to find if you do any web searches, look through Jeep communities, sites of this nature. 28 to 30 really seems to be the sweet spot in terms of the best on-road ride. Now, depending on what tire size you're getting your Duratracs in, those tires are available with a C, D, or E rated sidewall, so there may be some room for variation there. But at least for these D rated 33s, 28 seems to be where you want to be. Now, what about wind noise? Now, as you may be able to tell, driving around in a soft top Jeep, you're going to get more wind noise, far more wind noise, than you will actual tire hum. But let's talk actual numbers. Using a standard decibel meter and traveling at 75 miles per hour in low wind and low traffic out on the highway, these Duratracs gave me an average range of 90 to 100 decibels. Now, with the 32-inch BF Goodrich KMs that I had before these tires, I recorded a range of 97 to 102 decibels. Now, by the numbers, that doesn't sound like a large difference. But the reality is the numbers just simply do not capture the dramatic difference with these Duratracs. They really are a much quieter tire, and that's really to be expected moving from a mud terrain or max traction to an all-terrain tire. What about tread wear? These Duratracs are definitely a much softer compounded tire than the BF Goodrich tires I've run in the past. New from the factory, they run 18 32seconds of an inch of tread depth. After about 5,000 miles, we're sitting right at 16 32seconds. Now, if you do the math on that, that equates to an expected tread life of right about 40,000 miles, which is pretty average for this category. So here we see the wear on Goodyear Duratrac with a little more than 5,000 miles of use. Still very nice, well-defined tread lugs. A little bit of rounding here, but nothing out of the ordinary. Got a good view here of the attractive grooves, as Goodyear calls them. Again, nice siping, and they are from the factory ready to accept a number 16 stud. In the last 7 months, these tires have seen use on dry pavement, wet pavement, sand, and a few gravelly fire roads thrown in for good measure. And in all those environments, the performance and handling has been truly excellent. Now, as we move on into fall, I'm looking forward to getting the chance to finally get out and do some rock crawling with them. And I'm very curious to see, as we move into winter, if these tires that do carry the Mountain Snowflake symbol, well, will they live up to their reputation in the snow? As for takeaways at this point, I'd highly recommend the Duratrac. It hits the sweet spot for daily drivers who are looking for a soft, quiet, compliant ride on the road, but who want that extra bit of traction when the pavement ends. In fact, really, if I have only one complaint against the Goodyear Wrangler Duratrac, it's that the company doesn't offer it in a larger size, specifically a true 35. When I upgrade and replace these 33s, I do plan to go to a 35, and down the road a 37 is not out of the question. But the largest size Goodyear offers this tire in is a 315. Their marketing strategy does seem to be to push people into the MTR with Kevlar line, and given that we're now 10 years into the Duratrac life cycle, the idea of them offering additional sizes is just really very unlikely at this point. So those are my thoughts on the Goodyear Wrangler Duratrac. Please leave your comments below. I look forward to reading them. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Also, if you haven't already done so, I'd encourage you to check out our website, smokeythejeep.wordpress.com. That's all for now. We'll see you out on the trail.